So 5G has finally come to the UK after years of us tech spods banging on about it, and if you want to jump straight on board, it's pretty straightforward. All you'll need is a well-loaded bank balance and a 5G ready smartphone. At the birth of 4G, you basically had bugger all choice of compatible handsets, but mobile manufacturers have thankfully got their acts together for 5G, and you can already grab a small selection of supported devices, including this mammoth beauty here, the Samsung Galaxy S10 5G. This isn't just a standard Galaxy S10 with a 5G modem slapped inside, however. Oh no, you will actually find a few other little differences here and there, some of them good and some of them not quite so good-ish. I've been using the S10 5G for a couple of weeks now as my full-time personal handset, and here is my in-depth review. And for more on the latest and greatest mobile tech, please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! Now, the Galaxy S10 Plus edition was already an absolute monster at 6.4 inches, and this 5G model pushes those boundaries even further with a whopping 6.7-inch display. As before, the screen does at least curve around the left and right edges and stretch almost top to bottom, so there is next to no bezel action. But all the same, anyone with skinny jeans is going to really struggle to squeeze this thing into their pocket. At just a smidge under 200 grams as well, the S10 5G ain't exactly a lightweight. If you drop this bad boy on your toe, you're going to really know about it. As usual, the all-glass finish makes the S10 5G super slippery, but it is also one tough mother. All of Samsung's S10 handsets boast Gorilla Glass 6 up front to protect that display, while this latest model also has it around back. Now that's a step up from the Gorilla Glass 5 coating used by its siblings. After well over a week of shoving the S10 5G in pockets with other smartphones and generally treating it with complete disrespect, there's still no sign of any scratches or scuffs on that shiny surface, although as you can probably tell right there, it does smudge up an absolute storm. And once again, you have a nice bit of IP68 dust and water resistance, so this smartphone can take a beating, spit out the blood and say, gimme some more, sucker. Overall, it definitely earns its toughness rating of 4.5 Jasons. You can grab this Samsung blower in 3 different finishes, a more restrictive choice compared with the standard S10's Prism lineup. Overall, I think my favourite version is this silver model, which also doubles up as a just about pocket-sized mirror, handy for those moments where you just want to stare at your haggard face and wonder where it all went badly wrong. Flip it around, and for the display, beyond that size boost, there is no real difference between the S10 Plus and this 5G version. Once again, you have a Dynamic AMOLED panel boasting a Quad HD Plus resolution, HDR10 Plus support and all of the trimmings. It's definitely still a highlight of this phone, pumping out crisp, colourful, gorgeous images when you're editing pics or streaming movies or whatever. And you can customise that output as well, tinkering with the colours for a more natural or slap-you-in-the-face vibrant finish. The S10 5G doesn't disappoint on the audio front either. This is actually one of the very few flagship smartphones to offer a 3.5mm audio port, definitely good. The stereo speaker is actually pretty decent, powerful enough to cut through any background clamour, and of course you get full Bluetooth 5 with aptX support as well. Once again, there's no difference between the Samsung handset and the other S10 phones when it comes to the software. Android Pie is slathered lovingly in Samsung's fresh One UI overlay, which adds a host of worthy features, including, hallelujah, a one-handed mode. You get the full complement of motion gestures, a decent gaming mode to block any distractions and such forth, and the usual slew of apps that track your motions and connect you to smart home goodies. For a much closer look at the S10 5G's software and most amiable features, then definitely check out my full tips and tricks guide. And Samsung always takes its security very seriously on its smartphone offerings as well, and once again the S10 5G offers a bevy of features to keep your privates very private indeed. First up, there's the solid ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, which captures a 3D image of your print for more secure and reliable unlocking. It's not the most responsive scanner about, and occasionally I don't quite get the pressure right, but overall it's fine. You also get dedicated face recognition using the dual lens front-facing camera, and this works well in most conditions, although it is usually tricked by sunglasses and other facial paraphernalia. Meanwhile, Samsung's clever knock system keeps your data safely out of sight with the ability to set up secure folders and even encrypt your memory card if you are super paranoid. There's no difference on the performance front either. Here in good old Blighty, we get the Exynos 9820 chipset packed inside the Galaxy S10 5G, backed by a shed load of RAM, and as you would expect, it's nippier than a rabid pissed off crab. Gaming presents no problems at all, with the likes of PUBG Mobile and Asphalt playing with a gloriously smooth frame rate on those top detail settings. And of course, this handset brings the extra benefits of 5G connectivity. I tried it with Vodafone's network in central London and unsurprisingly saw some pretty impressive test speeds, around 200 megabytes per second download in the current hotspots, which to be fair are still scattered far and wide, plus upload speeds around 30 megabytes per second and a very respectable ping as well. These results aren't exactly a massive shocker, as you know, right now there are very few people actually on 5G, but even as time passes and more people jump on board, you can expect these ultra-fast networks to stay nice and nippy thanks to their load-bearing nature. Another advantage of this 5G model is the super-sized 4500 mAh battery stashed inside. Despite the enormous display, which proves a serious power drain, I only just managed to kill this phone in a single day, and that took a hell of a lot of media streaming and camera play. This device also supports faster 25-watt wired charging as well as the 15-watt wireless charging, and yes, you do get Samsung's power share feature as well, so you can share a bit of your juice from the S10 5G with another device. It only works at 9 watts though, so it's definitely best off using accessories such as the Galaxy Buds rather than actual other smartphones. Sadly, the micro SD memory card support has been culled for this 5G model, although it does come with 256 gigs of internal storage as standard, with the option to boost to 512 gigs if you're rolling in cash and really need that extra space. And as far as the camera tech goes, well, the Galaxy S10 5G certainly offers plenty of camera lenses for that sky-high asking price. Around back, you have the same triple lens setup as the S10 with a dual aperture 12 megapixel shooter backed by a 16 megapixel ultra-wide angle and a 12 megapixel telephoto lens with the ability to swap between all three on demand. Plus, this 5G model adds a time of flight lens which helps to accurately measure distance, definitely handy for those augmented reality apps. The camera performance is basically the same as the Galaxy S10 and the S10 Plus with the addition of one new bonus camera mode, the live focus video. This does a perfectly respectable job of keeping your subject nice and sharp while blurring out the background in real time. It's definitely a neat effect with complete control over the gradient of that blur as well. But apart from that, it is basically business as usual here. You can expect crisp, colourful photos in pretty much any conditions, and that night mode definitely helps out in low light, where the S10 handsets normally overexpose brighter elements. Go check out my coverage of the S10 cameras, including a comparison with big rivals like the P30 Pro, for all you need to know. Flip around to the front and you'll find that 10 megapixel front-facing camera is backed by yet another time-of-flight lens as well. Samsung is clearly a fan, maybe they've got shares in it or something. This means that you can once again shoot live focus video using that front-facing camera just like you can with the rear, or just stand the video at up to 4K resolution. So in conclusion, yes, the Galaxy S10 5G is super bloody expensive. It's definitely one for the most demanding of users, but at least with that 5G support and also the fantastic large battery capacity, it means that it's definitely future-proof to the max. The max! So that's what I think of the Galaxy S10 5G, but what are your thoughts? Is your wallet fat with stacks? Can you actually afford this thing? Then definitely let us know if you're tempted down below, and please, for the latest and greatest mobile tech, do subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers!